recording. There we go. Awesome. So here we are. It's Wednesday again after convention.
It's weird. Wednesdays happen every week.
It's crazy. I don't get it. I get it. I'm starting to pick up on things. But we're excited here. It looks like everyone's dealing with the convention hangover. And so we are too a little bit, but we're recovering. We're doing all right. Excited for this call. So this call is going to be less structured than other calls. Up to this point, we've had a guest speaker. We've had a specific topic that guest speaker would talk about. And today we wanted to leave it open to just brainstorm, specifically focusing on like giveaways. That's something that has always come up. Giveaways are things that you can do kind of as promotional items for your events. Cheap options or less expensive, we'll say, so that you budget friendly, budget conscious, all those words are good. But first off, there was a question that was brought up about the link to get the graphics for your events. So now that we've had convention, for those of you who are there, or if you weren't there and you were able to follow us on social media or follow friends, you've probably seen what was launched. And that's going to be the majority of the focus of these rallies, is reiterating the new seedlings line, the Savvy Minerals line, and the other OTC products that were launched. Obviously, we also had a lot of other just announcements and things that were going on. If you attended the workshops, you saw there was a DIY workshop, and that's something we'll be focused on. I believe they actually mentioned that those kits will be launched at this rally. So that's all the surprises that we had for this one. We're there, it's out. So that's good in that, number one, you can prepare for it. But what we're doing now is we're gathering all the information, we're gathering the videos, we're gathering other collateral that we've put together and that marketing's put together for each of these product lines, and we're going to combine those into a link and make that available to you once we get that put together. So that way you have graphics, you have PowerPoints, you have videos, you have pretty much everything that you'll need for the rallies. So that's going to be coming soon. Someone asked about it. That's going to be coming very soon. Kimberly asked a question, are the videos this time around going to be focused around the new products as well? The answer is we have 4 main videos. So we cut down on the number of videos that we're going to be doing. One is a convention recap. It's Jared giving us a convention recap. We have a foundation video. We have a video that we've kind of done a traditional promotion that we've launched at these rallies. And so we're going to have something similar to that with the product announcement as well, the DIY. And then we have a closing video. We're also going to put together something. We're working with the media team to try to put together something focused on Gary. We weren't able to get him specifically to do a video as we have past couple times, but we're going to put something together. So we'll have a Gary video as well. On top of that, so aside from those main videos, it's supplemental type videos. So it'll be like the Savvy Minerals promo video, or it'll be a DIY content videos and seedlings videos, those types of things. Before I get too into these questions, I also want to just make sure that you all know, and Wilson's sitting next to me here. Wilson's the manager of U.S. sales. And we also have Leon is on the phone, on the call, and he's the senior manager of U.S. sales. So we have a majority, I don't know if Casey's on the line. We kind of all talked, it seemed like all of us were possibly going to be here, but we have at least Wilson and Leon and I are all on the call from the U.S. sales team. And so we're representing.
Yep. Yeah, really well, too. I mean, we're in top form today.
Yeah. Anything you want to say?
We're just excited because not only do we have a bunch of us that are going to be able to go out and support these events, but we've actually had a lot of discussion around this Live Your Passion Rally, because we thought, especially right after convention and having it be so close to July 4th as well, that we would not get as much backing for this rally. But everyone's excited, everyone's pushing. They want this to continue the momentum that we've seen earlier on in the year and also from convention. So everyone's really excited, and we've been able to get the resources needed to make sure that this is a top-notch event as well. To go along with that, We do have the recap for convention, which we're really excited about for those who are unable to attend convention. And so we also want that to be a big push, along with the products and along with the other videos that are going to be there, but just to make sure that everyone knows that the convention recap is there for everyone to get excited and continue that momentum that we've been able to have for the last week.
Awesome. And as Wilson was saying, we didn't know what to expect necessarily in terms of participation with this, just because of it being in the U.S. it's 4th of July weekend, and post-convention, I mean, 3 weeks after convention, there's a quick turnaround time to host an event. We have, last I checked, which was yesterday, we had about 720 or so hosts, and of that we had 66,000 attendees, projected attendees. That's even more than we had last time in terms of attendees. So
yeah,
we had 58,000 last time, 66,000 so far.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The convention recap, is that going to be different than the one that Young Living has already put up?
Yeah, so we'll provide that promo video as well, the convention recap video, so you have it. So basically, all the videos that you're going to get, you'll get the files for it. They're available on YouTube. You can use them, but this is just going to be an easier way to package it together for you to be able to use it. So that's the way we're going to be doing it. But with the recap video that I was talking about was Jared, and Jared basically says, look, this is what we did. You know, we had this announcement, the new enhanced seed to seal messaging. He highlights that very briefly. He talks about, you know, some of the exciting things that happened at convention, just to get the excitement up for people who didn't attend. And be like, oh wow, there's a lot of stuff. So they, you know, pique their interest for next year.
I'm not sure I clearly understood. So is the convention recap different than the one that's already been posted by Young Living?
So when I said convention recap, there's two. There's the promotion video that has like just the highlights of what happened at convention. That's what you're referring to, right?
Right.
So that's going to be made available as well. So yes, it'll be that. But then we also are creating another one that's just Jared going through and recapping in his words what happened. Let's see here. So in terms of what Canada has, we're working with them to see exactly what they want to share. So we still don't know exactly how that's going to go, but we are talking with them right now. All right, let's see. So as you have questions or comments, like we want to get as many questions as we can out of the way. And then after we answer your questions, then we can turn to the focus of just discussing promotional items. I mean, if we end up having questions the whole time, just so you feel comfortable, that's totally, I mean, this hour is for you. So just want to let you know. Now, there's some questions that have been coming in. Let me go through and read these. So Tina asked, are we still calling these Live Your Passion rallies? There's people that are calling theirs Fulfill Your Destiny rallies, since they were to carry over the convention theme. So basically, what is it? Is it Live Your Passion, or is it Fulfill Your Destiny? So the initial concept, you know, I don't know how to get us spotlighted. Okay. So hopefully I'm not freezing too much. Hopefully this is working. So initially we were looking at, because last year's convention the theme was Live Your Passion. The idea was initially to carry on the convention theme. So that part is correct. What ended up happening was this thing has taken off so well and it's been so well received that for us to change the name, it doesn't make sense. It's not necessarily, even though we are taking the message from convention, it's not necessarily looked at in our opinion. We actually had a long discussion about this. We met about it for about an hour, going back and forth. Do we change it? Do we not? At this point, because it seems like it's kind of its own thing. A lot of people do associate it as tied to the convention theme, but there are a lot of people who it's just a Live Your Passion rally, and that's what it is. So,
well, and in those discussions, and we had a lot of feedback from members and executives and things like that. But what we talked about the most is the fact that we've created a program around Live Your Passion rallies, and so we didn't want to change that halfway through a year, and we also wanted to keep the momentum behind these Live Your Passion rallies with all the resources and also the departmental efforts that have gone into it. And so keeping it as Live Your Passion is what we're going to do to finish up the year for sure. And then we're also going to be looking at that again if there's more concerns or if there's any other questions about it. We just didn't want to have something that would be changing every single year, so we'd have to change graphics, have to change resources, and have to change communication. When if we already have a program set around Live Your Passion rallies, everyone knows what it is. They know what we're talking about. As soon as we look for new hosts, when we talk about the timings behind it, the calendar dates, and everything that goes into these rallies, we just want to have everybody on the same page, and we don't have to re-educate and retrain and reinvent the wheel as we keep going with these. And so that's where we've landed so far. But again, we are going to, of course, this is going to be something that we look at continuously because we want to get better. And so at the end of the year, we'll definitely be looking at it again. Let's see, what was it?
There's a lot of people that are agreeing with you.
Good.
Good, you agree.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. So when we'll go ahead.
We act like that was my decision. It wasn't. I mean, that's other people's decision, but I agree with it as well.
Yeah, we're all in agreement. There was a question about location of each of the rallies. So we're posting those as we get them, Terry. So if you go to the Live Your Passion events page, there are events that are being posted. In terms of the featured events, we should be getting them up either later this week or early next week. So those will be up very soon. But if you've submitted yours already, it should be up there if you made it a public event. In terms of receiving information, Eileen, if you're looking for the specific link to graphics, we haven't sent that out yet. There is information available, and there are links to social media content like the Facebook banner, to updated logos, and that's going to be on the events page as well. If you go to the host toolbox, there's some links there that will take you to some of those graphics. Now, I just got a message that my internet connection was bad, so hopefully I'm not cutting in and out too much. Oh no, you froze. Eileen, did you hear the answer to the question, or did we freeze too much to? Okay. So basically, Eileen, if you haven't received anything, if you go to the event page, the Live Your Passion Rally event page where the events are listed, there's a host toolbox section, and you'll be able to see updated links, not links, but there are links that are to updated logos and updated Facebook banners for the summer rally. But we are putting something together right now so we can get you graphics and other videos and everything. Okay. Hey, Leon, seems like I'm cutting in and out. So if I freeze, if you'll just take over and run with it. All right, let's see. Okay, it looks like there's no other questions. So we're still here. Like, obviously, we can go with other questions, but we kind of want to flip it now and say, okay, we get the question a lot, and a lot of people ask, what can I do in terms of giveaways for my rally? So we wanted to dedicate a call so we'll be able to cover this. So if you have ideas on what you've done, please share. If you have specific questions, please share as well. The floor is yours. We'll go as long as we need to, up to the hour. If we end early, we end early. If we go late, we're not going to go late. We want to respect your time. So we got about 40 more minutes.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
This is the first year that I'm hosting one, and I'm still kind of getting a feel for what kind of goes into it. Is this designed as a like a business development, or should I be marketing this to all Oilers or to non-Oilers? Like, what's my target audience for hosting the rally?
Yep. And that's actually a question we get a lot as well. We've made this generic enough so that you can make it your own. If you decide that you want it to be focused towards business building and doing business trainings, you can. If you want it to be focused towards potential members and make it more like an opportunity type event, that's totally up to you. The videos talk a little bit about a business opportunity, but it's not heavily salesy. It's not going to, in my opinion, I should say, it wouldn't offend somebody who wasn't building their business. Does that make sense?
Nate, Nate, can I jump in and answer that?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is going to be our third rally.
Yeah.
And I'll answer that question because I think we did it well the last time, and we're going to do it again. Is that I make the first 30 minutes of our meeting very general and very inviting, so that members can bring new people to hear the product, a little bit about the product, see a few of the really wow videos, and let them know that it is a business opportunity with an amazing product. And we spend the first 30 minutes, and then we take a break. And I usually pass out a Ninja sample for everybody to taste. And then I say, if anybody is a little bit intrigued, those of you that are new and here for the first time and would like to stay for the rest of the training, you may not get everything in this meeting, but please feel free to stay and we'll answer your questions later. And if you feel this is not for you and you've had enough, then, go visit our product bar. And actually, I'm going to set up a Savvy Minerals makeup bar this time, which I've never really put product out before because I want people to come and get trained. But I've decided to do the Savvy Minerals so that everybody can look at the colors and test the makeup. So I'm going to say to people, if you don't want to sit in for the rest of the training, go play with the products and go look at our makeup line and our new products. And, thanks for coming. And it worked really well. Every single person that invited a guest stayed for the whole thing. Nobody left.
Awesome.
So it wasn't pressure. There was no pressure to bring your person, and people could invite people and say, look, there's no pressure. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to spend money. You don't have to stay. And it worked out really well. And we had everybody staying. I don't know how many signups we had, but it was a lot. So going to do it again.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, perfect. And thank you so much, Jackie. And then we also had a couple questions come through about timelines. So we'll plan on getting everything to you, videos and everything, the Monday before the event. So it would be the 3rd of July at the latest. So hopefully, because most of the stuff's already been put together in terms of the content for marketing for these new product lines, we should be able to get a majority of it to you beforehand. But the goal is to have every single thing to you by Monday before the event, so you have time to incorporate it. And then there was one other question about the DIY kit. So the DIY kit, initially we were hoping that we'd be able to get it to you so you would be able to have it before the event. In terms of getting this project going and the process is moving, we've run into a couple of hitches, but we'll be able to make it available for purchase that day. We're still working to see if we can get it beforehand to at least you, the hosts, or something. We're trying to work that out, but that's where we're at right now, just so you're aware. It will be available for purchase on that day. And there'll be PowerPoints for Savvy and Seedlings. Yes, there will be. Joyce? And then Eileen started a question. So if you want to jump on and talk about this as well. So what kind of location is everyone hosting in? We've been promoting this as you can do it in a hotel, and you can do it in one of the more traditional areas, which is going to cost some money. But there's also creative ways that you can go about hosting these events, whether it's in your house. It looks like we got some at, there's a hotel conference room, there's a grocery store in their community room. Looks like there was a church, a town hall. Where else is everybody hosting their events?
We're actually doing ours. Oh, we're doing ours at our Silver Leaders party barn that she actually has, and it worked really well the last time that we did that. So we have a little bit of a different setup.
Awesome.
I'm just going to rearrange my living room and kind of make it like a warm and inviting, almost like a family barbecue kind of feel, so that people don't feel pressured to come and attend like a business seminar for those people that are not initially thinking about the business.
Nice.
Ours is going to be at an American Legion Hall.
I like that too.
So, I mean, the great thing about these rallies is that you can have them anywhere. So I've literally been in a member's backyard for one, and I've been in a very large conference center for another one. So it's great. And whatever is going to be best for your organization, especially if you're just getting started, or if you've tried something and it didn't work out and you want to try a different venue, you can continue to do so with these Live Your Passion rallies. I think that's what makes them so effective with continuing momentum out with your organization.
as you're doing this as well, let's talk about, are you planning on doing giveaways? Are you planning on, how do you want to keep the interest of the people who are in attendance? Is it just going to be the videos, or are you going to do some other activities, some giveaways, any type of promotion, anything like that with your events?
We actually have it. We're going to set up stations for each of the new products, and we're going to have somebody focused on each product, like the seedlings line. We have a girl that actually has kids my age that's going to be speaking on it, and we're going to have the makeup set up, but we're not going to have anybody test the products this time because Jody Metchuk, our Crown Diamond, is actually coming into the following weekend to do a big event. So we're going to lead into that. But we are also doing a raffle. When they get their ticket, they're going to get a raffle ticket. And if they dress in bright colors to go with the citrus stuff, they get an extra raffle, and they can win a citrus vitality set, which is one of our giveaways. And then we're also, some of us are dressing up as oils to make it fun. And we're going to hide those oils area, and so when they find it, they get to win that oil as well. So just trying to make it fun and different and interactive this time.
Sure, a lot of good ideas. Looks like Joyce also said we'll do some drawings, have some stations expo style, water bottles, branded merchandise. Looks like Tina's got some things at convention that they're gonna be giving away as well.
We're going to be giving away some of the things we picked up at the convention for people as a raffle gift.
Yeah.
Some of the, for the people who weren't at convention, we picked up a lot of stuff, and we thought we'd raffle off some of those things as prizes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what? I'm actually gonna. I just unmuted everybody. I'm gonna unmute everybody again. We just sound like we had someone with talking in the background. So it looks like there's some DIY booklets from LSP as giveaways. So there's some other giveaways. One thing that's brought up now, as some of you are first-time hosts, we have a sample agenda. We'll actually be able to post this probably either today or tomorrow. It's very, very high level. And again, as mentioned before, we're not trying to dictate what you do at your event. You can totally play these videos that we're providing back to back to back, these 4 videos back to back to back to back, and then have conversation afterwards, or do trainings afterwards, or you can split it up, right? You can do a video, have a personal story, or do a giveaway and then have a personal story, have somebody share their aha moments from convention or testimonials from convention. I mean, whatever you want to do with these, you can totally do. It's totally your event. It's completely yours. We're just supplementing it with these videos, really is how it is. So however you want to use them, you can follow the sample agenda, and you can use that as a guide and totally switch things up. The only thing is with the videos, we do have one that's more of an open and more of a close. So that's kind of the only order, is you probably don't want to do the close first and the open last. But other than that, it's totally up to you to show them how you want to and how to incorporate it into your event. Let's see. Some other ideas. Looks like Brittany's sharing here. In terms of dressing up, she mentioned earlier they're going to be giving prizes away for people who are dressing up in bright colors, citrusy, so dressing up as lime, lemon, etc. They're going to place oils that match them hidden at the event for people to win. So that'll be fun. It's just another way to get people entertained. Something I saw actually as well at one of the ones that I went is they had an oil smelling contest. So what they did is they held it in their hand, they opened it up, and they said, okay, I'm going to walk around and then kind of do a smelling test, and if someone could guess what blend it was, then they got to keep it. That was kind of a fun way to get people excited and keep things going. So we've had quite a few ideas come through about giveaways. Does anybody have any other questions about that, or just content to keep the event going, to keep the event exciting? Anything like that at all? Any questions? Or anything else that you want to add?
Will the PowerPoint presentation you guys release have videos embedded, or would we have to go back and embed them ourselves?
The last time we did embed videos, we had one PowerPoint that was basically just strung together with all the videos that we created, and it was really tough to download. It ended up being about 2 gigs, which took some people about 20 minutes to download, and some majority of the files for some reason were corrupt. So we had a little bit of an issue with that. What we'll probably end up doing this time is we'll provide, as we have in the past, we'll provide the videos over Vimeo, which allows you to download them. And we'll provide a PowerPoint template, maybe with placeholders, so we can have, embed Jared's video here, embed Ben's video here, and that way you can take the videos and you can embed them into the PowerPoint yourself. That way we won't have as many issues getting that downloaded.
Great. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. This might have already asked, and I'm sorry if it has. Is everybody charged for their event, or is it a free event and have product to sell, or have other things to sell, that sort of thing? Like, I would love to hear back on that.
Great question.
I decided to, and this is my first time, so I'm experimenting with how well it's going to work, but I decided to do it as a ticketed event, and I'm doing $10 a ticket with 50% of it going to the Young Living Foundation, and then the other half is just going to kind of support the cost for me. So I wanted to kind of tie in the foundation, because I'm going to do a small piece about the foundation during the rally.
That's great feedback. We had a lot, Joy, I don't know if you can see the chat as well. We have $15 for one, and they have 300 tickets are sold out. Charging a small amount to cover costs, snacks, or giveaways. Charging $15 pre-event and $20 at the door. Someone's charging $5. We have, Tina said last rally was $40 and it covered a lunch. $10 if on Eventbrite, $15 at the door. We're charging $5 to cover the venue costs and products consumed. $25 Eventbrite, $30 at the door. So seems like most people are at least charging a little bit, and it's mostly to cover the costs, to offset. That's another thing, is we don't want you to go broke or reach into your pockets deeply to put on an event, right? So you got to at least break even is the minimum goal, right? If you can get more to enhance your future events, then that's even better. Let's see. But yeah, and it's all across the board. So it looks like we got anywhere from $5 up to $40. So does that help, Joy? Okay, perfect. So it looks like also in the chat here, we have a question from Pam about how are people advertising? For those who have a public event, and or even for those with a private event, how are you advertising your event to get people there? Jackie has already answered, advised free gifts as teasers on Facebook pages.
I've been doing a lot of email and a ton of Facebook. Getting my upline has all of this area pretty much under her, connecting with sister or cousin leg, cross line, whatever you want to call it, to where she contacts for people. We have some people from about 90 miles away coming in for it. And we also have another one of our upline coming from 8 hours away. So just connecting with them and asking them to share it everywhere is kind of what we've been doing, pointing everything back to the Facebook page that we created for our team, our group.
Awesome, thank you. Looks like we got social media, team pages, bring a friend, Eventbrite, they'll post it to your community if it's not private. Facebook private events, so members can invite their guests to it. Jackie said ask everyone to post and prize for who brings the most team members. Working with Crossline LA so they can hold a public event. Awesome, there's quite a few ideas. So for this recording as well, I'll actually post the chat just so that we have that as well, because there's a lot of good ideas that are coming through in the chat, and I hope I'm not missing any of them, but it's a good chance that I am, just for those people who are listening to the recording later. All right. So we're just here. What other questions do you have, or what other ideas do you have that you want to share with everybody? Leon, I know you have a lot of good ideas. I don't know if you want to share them with us.
No, I don't want to share them. They're secrets. Hey guys, how's everybody doing? We are crazy busy right now getting ready for these LYPR Passion rallies, and it's so cool. And they talked a little bit about this right now, but the biggest thing you want to do is just create excitement for your team. And so whatever you guys know your teams, you know what works best in your areas. And right now, with what's happened with Young Living, with these products being launched, these products really are a game changer. They are. I've had my leaders calling me. We've had all of our leaders calling us and talking to us about ways that they can incorporate these products into their business, what they're going to start doing, how they're going to start doing that. And so I think that this rally with us looking as, I don't know, to me it's kind of like a mini convention recap. You know, we don't want to take away from the convention where people can say next year, hey, I don't need to go to convention because I can get it in the LYPR Passion rally, the convention kind of recap there. No, they can't. I mean, they're not going to get everything, but we want to give them enough to where they say, wow, I am not going to miss next year's convention. And so with these rallies, what we want you to do, especially with this one, is really take and think about what got you excited about, what were you most excited about at convention? What really got you pumped up? What were the products that you loved? What were the things that really got you, ready to really share Young Living and really excited to go out there and share some of the new things that we have and what we're doing here at Young Living, and bring that to your rally, bring that type of excitement to your rally. I love the ideas that you guys had that you were talking about, just the different types of things, like wear the bright shirts and wear the different things, to make it fun. So we're going to provide a lot of the content. So we're sending all these videos out. We have the PowerPoints, and we have all these things put together for you and there for you to start using and be a part of it. But it's also your job really to make it your own and make it something that your team is going to really love and gravitate towards. And so as you have all that information from us, tie other stuff into it. The different rallies that we've all been to that Wilson and Nate and Casey and myself have been to, the ones that we come back and we're most just stoked about and love to talk about are the ones that incorporate a lot of fun, so throw that flavor and that fun in there. Some of the things that are fun that you guys like to do, if it's dress up as an oil, or if it's, do this, wear bright colored shirts, or do this, whatever it is, whatever you guys know that your team just likes to do, or maybe it's just more contest type things like Nate talked about, like smelling the oils. The last one I was at Lexington last time, and we had like the Kentucky Derby theme, and so we all wore Kentucky Derby hats, and there was they had those little wind up horses that you would wind up, and you would race those little wind up horses on just like a little made up track. And when everybody's out there, and we'd race those horses, and whoever won would win a prize, would win something that they had there, Young Living. And so, you guys can go and take this and make it your own. And that's the coolest thing about the LYPR Passion rallies, is that you guys have the opportunity to make it your own. If you feel like you're going to spend a little bit more, then yeah, charge a little bit more. If you're not going to, then charge a little bit less. But you have the opportunity to really take this and make it your own and just have fun with it. And that's what we want you to do, because this is a Saturday event that you guys can go and celebrate Young Living, celebrate what Young Living is about, celebrate what we're doing, talk about the foundation, talk about all the great things the foundation is doing, talk about Young Living, talk about all of our great new products and how these products are something that or that you love or have been using, or that you can see a future with. And so this really is just an opportunity for you to celebrate Young Living. It's an opportunity for us to roll out some cool things, some fun things that you guys are gonna have a lot of fun with. So time for us to roll out some announcements and some stuff. And I wish I could tell you, but I can't. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And the things that we're rolling out to coincide with it are really going to make the day. And so you make the day, have fun, and just do it that way. And that's my biggest words of advice, is just really make it your own, have fun, and you'll get all the content. We'll make sure you have that. And if you have trainers, you have people in your team that want to train and add, then yeah, customize it to what you think your team needs. And if your team needs something in some area, then have a training on that as well. Incorporate that in there. So, all right, guys, that's all I have. Slow clap. If you guys only knew how much fun we had. There's Casey in the background. If you guys only knew how much fun we have here, this company is just so fun to work for. We have just fun, and you guys make it fun, and that's what I think the Live Your Passion Rally should be, is just fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. In all seriousness, though, that was good. I don't know if you were watching the chat while you were talking. A lot of people were like, "Oh, that's a great idea. Oh, this is awesome." So very inspirational. I knew you had something. You wanted to share.
A little bit.
Just a little. Cool. And then we also had a little bit of a side conversation going on as well. So with that, I'm going to print out this chat list and send it with the next email. There was a question: Canada is going to have a little bit of different videos, yes, than the U.S. will, especially the promotion that we're going to launch. As Leon said, there's some things that we're not talking about yet, and those will probably be different between the U.S. and Canada. But for the most part, the content's going to be fairly similar. All right. Any other questions? Looks like we got a good chat conversation going on here. But if anybody else has any other questions, yeah.
Oh, sorry. So we did talk about having some of the less expensive giveaways or products and things like that to have, just to kind of get it. What we've seen is some people that will print off on little sticky notes and things like that. So just to have their own Live Your Passion Rally, July 8th or something like that, print on sticky notes. It's rather inexpensive, right? It's fairly inexpensive, sorry, to do that. There's also little pins. For some reason, everyone gets super excited about having little pins, just like you can mention with people putting pins on their lanyards, pens, little notebooks, things like that. People have given to everyone that comes to a Live Your Passion Rally if they are selling tickets. Now, if you're having a smaller event that's going to be in your home or in your backyard or even at like a park or something like that, you may want to just say, you know what, there's going to be a few giveaways, but there's not going to be, like a swag bag or anything like that. Just different ideas like that we've seen from members in the past. We just don't want people to, I guess, overspend and not have the return on that. That's not what these Live Your Passion Rallies are about. It's more about getting people together, getting the excitement there, and pushing the momentum that we've seen already this year.
Nice. That wasn't as good as Leon's, though. I'm not slow clapping for it. Oh,
Leon will.
But he's muted. He's doing it muted, so it doesn't count as much.
But he is a team player, unlike some people. Yeah, there we go.
Enrollment promos. See, Pam agrees with me. Oh no, she's agreeing to the conversation.
Yeah. You can't just jump on, bring people onto your side.
I know. So there's the chat's talking about an enrollment promo. I think we'll see what we can do. We have at least a product promotion set in place up to this point. But just to be completely open and honest, that there's not an enrollment promo planned. We're still seeing what we can do about that, but it's looking like we'll just have a product promo this time, not one focused on enrollments. And there's reasons behind that, but I don't want to go into that right now. But you can do, as Jackie said, you can do an enrollment promo on your own. And just because we don't have one that we're announcing through the videos at this point, you can still do something within your group, within your own events. Are you gonna say something? No. No. Okay. Isn't that against policies and procedures?
Only if you go above what's listed in the PMPs as acceptable for an enrollment promotion. We've actually run into that before, where people are not reading through the policies and procedures with enrollments and what they can actually offer. And so if they go above and beyond, then yes, they're going to have an issue with conduct. But as long as you're staying within those guidelines, which are, they're very specific guidelines within the PMP. I want to say $25, but I'm not 100% sure right now. But $25 off or something like that. But as long as you, there we go. As long as you stay within that guideline, then you're golden. And so people will do like $10 vouchers or things like that, and they do amazing. And so it doesn't even have to be to the limits of the $25, but you just need to make sure that you are going through the PMPs, that you're clear on what they require, and do your own. And also, I mean, there's additional things that you can do besides, just the dollar amount and things like that. So your time, your resources, and stuff like that. So
yeah. Great ideas.
Full of them.
Full of them.
Not just a pretty face.
There was another question about the times. So if you participated in a previous rally, specifically this last one in April, we had so many announcements, and it seemed like one happened at 8 a.m., the next one happened at 12 p.m., the next one was at 3, and then we had one at 5, and it was just really confusing. On top of that, a lot of the content was leaked a little early. So people who had events later in the afternoon, by the time the members got to their events, they probably already heard what the announcements were. We're working this time to make sure that every announcement that we have, the promotions, product availability, etc., will be at the same time. So we avoid that confusion in terms of this one launches at this time and this one's not available till then. They're all going to be available at one time. We're still trying to figure out the best way for us to maintain the excitement for the events that are happening in the evening. Because we don't want to, again, this is your event, so if it works better to have it Saturday morning, have it Saturday morning. And obviously there's excitement that's going to be happening. We can ask the host to not share, but then people in the audience, the attendees get excited, they take photos, post it on social media, so the word gets out. We're still trying to figure that out, to be honest. We last time we tried to ask to not post anything, and it worked to a degree, but not for very long. So yeah, so that's something that we're still working on. I think the biggest thing is the promotions and product launches. The Live Your Passion Rallies is a platform that we're able to use to be able to do these. But the main purpose, I think as Wilson mentioned earlier and as Leon was talking about, is getting together and having fun together and creating that networking opportunity and the YL family feel. Right, that's the main purpose. And once you get that, we're supplementing it with these product launches. So I think we made the mistake last time in talking about, there's exciting announcements coming, and that was kind of the highlight of the theme of what we highlighted each call. This time, yes, we do have those, but we want to talk more about the feel of the event and the purpose of the actual event. And I think if you are able to promote your events and not rely on the launches or the announcements that are going to be happening as the main attraction to get people there, then the information getting out earlier isn't going to be as, quote unquote, detrimental to your event. Does that make sense? Leon's shaking his head, so I went silent or froze. Oh man. It's Wednesday morning. I guess that's a typical thing on Wednesday.
You didn't for me, so I don't think you did for most people, Nate, just to let you know. I think that you were fine. You didn't freeze or go silent on me.
Thank you. Rally pins are a great idea. We could probably work on doing something for our hosts at convention, or even, are you talking about getting pins for the rallies to give out, or are you talking about at convention having pins for those who attended or hosted a rally? Either way, I like that idea. Pins.
Like us creating.
Like a convention pin. Like, do they have the pins? That'd be pin trading.
Yeah, stuff. But what I was talking about with pins beforehand was we've actually had a number of hosts that have created their own pins to give out to their members. And so that wouldn't be a resource that came from corporate. I don't know, it sounds like Nate wants to take that project on. But for Live Your Passion Rallies, it can be specific for your event, because that's going to be completely on you guys.
Or Casey can do it.
Well, I'm excited for you to do it, because your artistic abilities are just far above Casey's. So much so. We've seen this draw like a 3-year-old doodler.
I'm like a 5-year-old, so I got a couple years on it.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be kind of cool to do some sort of, like for each rally that people attend, they get, like we do the passports with Young Living. If you attend all the rallies throughout the year, then you get a pin or you get a stamp and something, or, something to encourage people to continue to keep coming back would be really fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah, I mean, so the pin, I mean, just suggested something else other than a pin that's maybe more of a daily use item. So we're kind of brainstorming it right now. It could be a pin, it could be a pen, it could be, you know, something else that's going to be more used. But yes, wording. So it'll be, and Tina, looks like Tina and I are on the same page. Yeah, there's a lot of small things that we might be able to do. It's just the logistics. Us trying to figure out how we can track the attendee lists and figure out how we can cross-reference attendee lists from the rallies that we receive. And keep in mind, we don't receive all the attendee lists afterwards. So that puts a little bit more of a responsibility on the host to get those in. But yeah, we can definitely look into something like that to, again, encourage people to, the FOMO thing, right? Hey, you got this pin or this pen. I don't have that. How did you do that? From one of the rallies. Love FOMO. Yeah. FOMO, by the way, if you don't know, it's fear of missing out. FOMO. There you go, Wilson. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, so we had some good conversation over the chat. We had some inspirational words from Leon and some words of wisdom from Wilson. We had some great conversation. Are there, who is, hey Leon, do you want to introduce yourself? We got, Terry's asking who you are. We kind of to introduce you a little bit at the beginning of the call, the senior manager of U.S. sales.
I just work here at Young Living, guys. If you want to reach out to me, you can. No, I'm a senior manager of U.S. sales here. I've worked with Jeff Pearson in the East region, and currently working here full in the U.S. I work with Wilson, Nate, and Casey, and we just have a blast working with you guys. So that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's Leon. But Leon, how long have you been with Young Living for?
Almost 2 years.
2 years. A lot of experience, and even before that, in this role, this sales type role, how long have you had?
Previous role, I've worked in network marketing for almost 11 years now. So I'm a previous experience with another company, left for a little while to do tech stuff, and then I'm back here with Young Living. So blessed to be back here, and excited to work with you guys. So yeah, I think I know most people, but I guess I don't know Terry.
There you go. Well, now she knows you, and you can get to know her.
That's right. Creating friendships.
That's what we do here, Young Living.
That's what we do. I don't know what CDN content is. You know what that means? Oh, Canadian content. Yes, got it.
And the thing with content is honestly, as soon as we are able, we push that out to you guys. We actually are very limited because not only do we try and get it out as soon as we get it and it's completed and it's gone through all of the proper departments and channels, but also we have that, I guess, setback of people leaking information too soon. And we've actually seen that hurt sales and that hurt a lot of people that are trying to lead a successful Live Your Passion rally. And so we have to play this weird game with when we release data. So, or not data, content. And so I promise you, we get that out as soon as we possibly can. Nate sometimes tries to hold it back a little bit, but you know, Leon, myself, we really try to work for you guys and get that out to you as soon as possible.
Yeah. Balance.
That's what we do here.
Okay, awesome. So Tina, I agree with you. I can't wait.
Oh, I thought you were agreeing with that. I love you. I was like, oh, okay.
I agree with that too, but I can't wait until July 8th. It's coming up really, really soon. Just so you know, with upcoming dates, we don't have 2018 dates yet. But now that we've had convention, we're winding down in terms of preparation for the July 8th. It's almost all together. We'll be able to sit down and have a discussion if we continue doing 4 per year next year in 2018, or maybe we do 3, cut it down to 2. I mean, there's been some discussion, and then on top of the number of times that we're doing them, when we would be doing them. So there's a couple discussions we need to have, or one discussion of a couple points we need to have for 2018.
Okay, Tina, thank you. There's a lot of us that really want to push to continue to have this quarterly, and hopefully everyone has been able to see that we strategically placed these rallies right at the beginning of what we've seen in the past as slower times, I should say, or when sales start to slow a little bit just because of the seasonality that we have here at Young Living. And so we've tried to set those up. Earth Day is actually a really good suggestion. We should probably take note of that.
Oh, we've had one that said avoid it, and we've had one that said do it. So it's
just
a discussion we'll have.
Yeah, just have that discussion about whether or not they want to be doing it. That's what I'm saying, but you're not taking it.
I have the chat.
Okay. All right.
I think so.
Wow. But yeah, so we're really trying to make it so that we can continue momentum, and hopefully again everyone's been able to see that with 2017. Before Earth Day to celebrate.
Yeah, and a lot of expos. Yeah, so we actually, when we planned out 2017, it was total coincidence that it happened on Earth Day, and we figured that out. We're like, oh, that's a perfect theme. But yes, we can work around that for the schedules for 2018. It'll be a little bit more strategic in terms of the dates. We just knew, as Wilson said, we had a little bit of strategy, but we didn't, not to that detail. Okay, anyway, so I feel like I've been rambling a lot this last little bit. So is there any other questions? If there's not, I think we're about to the point where we can wrap up the call. There are websites, Melissa, where you can go make pens, or you can order, personalized content. I don't know what those would be though. I haven't been involved in that, but we
can't really.
Well, there's
like a bunch of them.
There's partner websites that we have that they have logoed stuff. I don't know if we can make those personal, but they'd have Young Living. So I'll see if I can get that content from our business tools manager and our recognition team, so that way we can provide some options for you to get some logo material as giveaways. But in terms of the rally specific pens, if that's what you're referring to, we don't have anything like that yet.
Some rally promo logos.
Rally PNG logos, yeah. Tina, those are on the Live Your Passion Rally event page. And if you go to the host toolkit, there's a few links there. One of the links will take you to the logo. And it should say summer. We've updated it recently. We had a couple people mention that it was saying summer, but taking them to the spring. So it's actually not Joy, it's not in the VO. It's just on youngliving.com. Go to the company section under events, and then featured events, Live Your Passion Rally. Or you can go youngliving.com/YL Rally. I believe that takes you directly to it too. It's a little easier to remember than go to here to here to here to here to here. And that's where there's updated content there. Cool. So C2C will hand out with lots of good graphics would be great. Yeah, at this point, we'll see what we can do to create that. I'm thinking because the seed to seal message, and this is, well, maybe I shouldn't get into that. That's going to start another longer discussion. We'll see what we can do about having something regarding the seed to seal. We'll talk with marketing to see what's been created, so that you can have an easier time talking about the expanded seed to seal messaging. Enhanced. Wendy, specs for the banners. Yes, I don't know what they are right now off the top of my head, but yes, we have them, and I'll make sure that you get that. All right, any closing thoughts?
So many that I'm just gonna say, you guys are all awesome. Like, we are so excited for these rallies. Leon, that's a preemptive slow clap, dude. And you're still on mute, just so that you're aware. Yeah, we're excited. Are you excited, Nate? I feel like we need to amp it up a little bit. Okay. Drink another zing.
I'll have 2 more zings in the next hour.
Yeah.
For you. Yeah, Zoom tutorials. YouTube has great Zoom tutorials. We can talk about. So we still have a couple more weeks. One of the weeks, this upcoming, I think we have 2 more Wednesdays before the rallies. which is crazy. It's so close. One of them, we'll see what we can do about getting a guest speaker to talk about hosting smaller events. We've had basically the guest presenters that we've had on here have talked more about hosting larger events. So we'll talk about hosting smaller events and making those successful. And then the last one, we'll want to go over all the material to make sure that you're comfortable with it as hosts. So we'll probably go over that. And then hosting a Zoom event, we can probably do that for the next time around. So go to the YouTube channel, check out Zoom tutorials there. But for Young Living specific, I think we'll have to wait until after this July 8th rally. All right. Again, thank you everybody for your time. Leon, thanks for taking the time and sharing your knowledge with us. Legendary. Hashtag legendary. Thank you for sitting with me and keeping me grounded. Of course. And we saw Casey made a quick appearance with his hands in the top of his head behind Leon there, but we'll pass on Tina that we missed Casey's face. And thank you all for your time. Thank you for your time. I appreciate the last hour that you spent with us.
Yeah,
hopefully it's been helpful. I feel like the dialogue that we've had and the content that we've had has been really good and beneficial. As always, if you have any questions, you can reach out to any of us, Leon Wilson, myself, and Casey, and Jeff Pearson as well. We'll be able to answer your questions, or send an email to ylrally@youngliving.com. ylrally@youngliving.com, and we have a team that's looking at that particular email address so that they can do you want to post it in the chat really quick, the YL Rally one. Yeah, so we'll be able to get to your questions quickly. Young.
How's there an H?
I messed up. I fixed it.
Oh, sausage fingers are clear.
Whoops! I just sent that only to Leon. I need to send that to everybody.
Leon's got it.
ylrally@youngliving.com. There you go. And if you want to get in touch with us, probably the best way is over Facebook. Find us on Facebook and message us there.
And I mean, we also have the YL Leadership Connection page as well that everyone should be a part of. Silvers and above, right?
Silvers and above.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you again for your time. Appreciate it. We'll get this recording out, and we'll be on this call again. We'll be on a call again on Wednesday next week.
Wait, Wednesdays happen every week?
Wednesdays happen every week. I'm figuring this out.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Okay. Now, there you go, Leon.
There we go.
Okay. There we go. There it is. Awesome. Thanks, guys. We'll see you.
Thank you, everybody.